into time by all the new things that have come without basis. So if we now move backwards a little bit and reintroduce some of the traditional values that is still embedded in our life system, we'll discover that it is a very useful tool to be able to bring peace, generate economic activity, and sustain security for the community. Because these communities used to exist without these kind of problems before government became a government in the context that we define them today. So it is really, really a very easy task for us now to give value to where, give back power to where it belongs. Let the devolution of power go to the local government system enough so that people can be encouraged to go back to the local government and live and have a say about how the communities are run. Not to run the country from Abuja, as they always accuse, but I can assure you that the government in the state level are ruling more as monarchs than the center, because nothing happens in the state without the breathing of, in the absence of the breathing of the government. And so it is the responsibility of the states to make sure that all the values that the respective communities have always shared are encouraged to bring. And the department now, the national orientation agencies, the departments of culture and so on and so forth, can now have a field day of activities to perpetually reintroduce some of the values that the traditions of their respective communities have always valued. And it will help in securing the peace.
Well, very quickly, tell us how correct this is. The states, are they truly in charge of security?
I believe the states are in charge of security because at the only point you start hearing about conflicts of interest when the aspect of security is mixed up into politics. If the state government takes the responsibility of security in their hands, there would have been a continuous flow of information sharing, intelligence sharing, negotiations on how to solve problems between different tiers of government before events erupt to a level where you start saying the IG is giving instruction to the commissioners in the state. In the first place, the commission in the states reports directly to the governor in the state. He may not be taking order today from the government, but if there has been, in all my knowledge of what happens at local government and state government security problems, there has always been a synergy between commissioners and the state government. It is when you overplay the politics about security into it that you start seeing that the professional policeman begins to withdraw and starts to look for where to report to outside the structure that he is posted to operate. Otherwise, on a daily basis, his first report is on the table of the state governor. So I think we can improve on that and find the spirit of saying that the government is the responsibility. It's his responsibility to secure the state, not to secure the party in which he represents or secure the interests of those whom he thinks has brought into power. We have to now really allow the spirit of responsibility to come forward instead of the fiscal thing that we have always felt to just please a few hands. So I think the security still remains the responsibility of the state governors, and they can do a lot together with the state commissioners without necessarily looking for complete independence of security for themselves, for now. But
well,
if we encourage
if the government takes
if the state government, hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
You've made quite a number of recommendations in terms of what should be done to empower the local government, and thankfully Alhaji Othman is here and he's a delegate at the national conference. Possibly one of the things that will be discussed or is being discussed there is the devolution of power to state and local government. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for the conference to come up with its recommendations in terms of how they intend to do that, what do you think can happen with orientation, especially at the grassroots level?
Well, that's what the orientation is all. That's what I was saying. For instance, if I have my way now, I could say that the director of National Orientation Agency should become a ministry, because we have lost a lot of very valuable values, traditional values that has kept our communities intact. And if the federal government makes something like creates a Ministry of National Orientation, it will give emphasis that will replicate something at the state levels, and therefore you will have an army of establishment that will focus on how to encourage the sustenance of the values that our people have always cherished into time. We are caught in between now, we're neither in Europe nor in Africa. And it's giving us this approach to issues that have no foundation, and that's why we're losing everything. So I think the orientation programs can be redesigned. Instead of ad hoc meetings and ad hoc activities and town thing, for publicity and so on and so forth, we should now have a long-term program that the orientation agencies can now be on daily basis among the people, reintroducing the values that those same people, those same communities have always cherished in the course of time. And that's the project that maybe the confab should be able to look at. And just on a long shot, I've heard that one of the committees was saying that the confab, the local government should be substitute to the states. We'll be losing the structure that will keep this country alive. If you, hello?
We can hear you very clearly. Please go on.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that if for any reason, you can take a look at that, what South Africa has done. South Africa has strengthened the existence of local government councils. Why? Because the local government systems today are the only organic structures every community has. And the states that have been created are mechanical boundaries. So if you want to give life to this country, you must go back to the respective countries. We can create more local governments and also ensure that these governments are independent enough to encourage people like me and you, presenters, to go back to your village and live your normal life as your parents had done, but with improved availability of infrastructures. But so for anybody to start thinking that we tinker with the idea of taking back local government into the states, you would have been killing the very spirit of the existence of this country. And the states will never act properly as a federating unit without sufficiently independent or autonomous local government systems across the country. Because I want to restate, the states are mechanical creations. Sufficiently, if you identify every local government, you discover that the people are organic. They have a relationship that transcends the creation of local government system. And so if you encourage the existence properly, you would have been placing a platform that you can build upon into a country, and it can be an ideal or a Nigerian version of a federating unit. Not going to the dictionary to pick the meaning of federating unit because it's convenient for us to promote certain values and ideas now, and think that you discontinue the existence of local government and push it to the state, and so the state do one. We are not yet matured for that. So we should not look outside. We should look inwards and see how to best to do with what we have as our strength.
All right. Well, we'll pass your message to Alhaji Mahmood Othman, who maybe will in turn take it back to the conference here. Well, we have to thank you as well for speaking with us today. That's Jibrin Sabo Kiana, former chairman, Kiana Local Government Council in Nasarawa State, and also former National Publicity Secretary of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria. We also have to thank you for your patience today on the program. Well, we'll be back in just a moment.
Anytime.
Please join us again.
Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to act. And my mom always told me that staying healthy was the first step towards achieving a great acting career. I've been everything from a baker to a politician, and that's just in real life. But the role I'm most proud of is mother to my children and the girls in the community project that I founded. I could never have achieved all this without keeping healthy every day with Dettol. And to be 100% sure that my children achieve success in their life, I trust Dettol, so they don't miss a single day of good health. Dettol has protected Nigeria against illness and germs for 50 years, right from the time I was a little princess on stage to today.
Dettol, proudly part of Nigerian health for 50 years. Be 100% sure.
And maybe they should just call me Mama D.
Welcome back to Sunrise Day. Elijah Mahmoud Othman is still here with us. He's also a